Hi, welcome to Mesh to NURBS 4.2, and what I've done here is built the front screen with using a draft surface, and what I hope to do during the course of this tutorial suite is to show you various ways of working, various workflows that you can use in Alias so that you can choose the one that suits you best at any given time. So since the last video, I've actually tightened up the tolerance here, so if I can just show you that, and then we'll get into what we're doing. So actually what we've got here now is the acceptable distance is down to, let's have a look, 0.2. It's just let's say 0.3 to be on the safe side. So we're within 0.3 here on the center section of the roof, and on the screen we are probably to within about 0.6 of a millimeter. And you'll see that I've used very few CVs, or very few degrees, however you want to look at it. So it's not possible to get perfect surface with such a small amount of CVs. Well, you can get quite a good surface, but what you can't get is curvature at the boundary. Not that I'm very concerned about that at the moment, but I'll just show you what I mean. That here we have position, and actually we can look that up. We'll just do that quickly. Look it up in the information window. Let's ask it for curvature and see what we have. We have curvature angle is 0.9, so we don't have curvature, and the tangent angle is 1.4, so we're a long way out from being anywhere near either tangency or curvature, but that isn't really an issue at the moment because we haven't increased the degrees in the surface yet to be able to control it accurately there at the boundary. We're concerned with how it sits on the mesh, not what the continuity is there. You know, a couple of points on that is that probably I'm going to use a freeform blend in here, so I don't actually need these two surfaces to be curvature continuous, but if I did, I would put more degrees in here and then direct model using a locator here and the information window. So let's pick this surface, just go over here, have a look, and see it's a draft surface, and I'm going to delete it, and we'll build the same surface again. Get the draft tool. I've got 100 mil as my length there, which is a nominal length at the moment, and I'm going to go in direction X, and then I'm going to manipulate the surface. So there's my surface. That's going to F6. So I just used quality shade because I've got a fast processor, but use fast shade if you haven't. Right, re-invoke or query edit of the draft surface, and just bring the surface down with the manipulator until you get somewhere around, let's go about, and as you see it's degree 1, and it follows the parameterization of this surface, and you see it does that very beautifully, doesn't it? Now we can't manipulate with degree 1, so we're going to go to the simplest option from there, which is to go to degree 2. So come over here in the control panel. Let's do it this time with cross sections. There we are. I'm going to use NUV here because of the angle. If I use XYZ, it would stretch the surface and change the configuration of the CV HUDs, which I don't really want to do. So I've picked that. I'm going to just pull that down, and let's zoom in a bit, and we're looking at this zone here. I'm not concerned about what's happening at the edges at the moment. So I'm watching that point there, and this point, there's a blend here, so really I'm not too concerned about that. It's that one I'm concerned about. And then this I'm going to take up a bit. Okay, now that's as much as we can do without using symmetrical modelling. So let's go straight over and turn on symmetrical modelling now. Pick CV and UV, and I'm going to bring that up. So I'm watching these cross section. Now I need to bring in the, well actually I don't have enough cross sections, so let me put on the cross sections in Y, which show us a lot more, don't they? So we can see here that we have a blend in the mesh there, so we're going to ignore that, and we're going to just pull down there. Curvature of the windscreen needs to be natural. Okay, we're looking at F6 and we can better judge that. And I'm going to turn off that shading. See there, because we don't have enough CVs, then we're not following the cross sections very accurately there. So we go over here to, and we'll up that to degree 3, I think will do us. There. I'm purposely not using the deviation shader at the moment, just showing you that it can be done like this. And then it's too long, so I'm now going to use negative extend and bring that up there, and we really need to be in F6 for this to see where the blend is. It's there, you see, so we don't need that, all that surface there. It's about there. And now I want to bring it across here, so we have a kind of a right angle in our surface formation there. And the way to do that is with slide CV. I'm going to slide that one, just bring it round, and I don't need mouse sensitivity for this. There we go. That one can go a bit as well. I'm using a different style of switching between windows here, which isn't the way I normally work. I would normally have the all perspective left to do this. So could actually go into that mode now. So view, if we're going to view in this window, but we're going to pick in this window. So that's basically what it's all about. And just pull that out of the way so it doesn't keep flipping between windows. That's it. So basically you get the idea. I'm just configuring my CV hulls really, so that I have a gradual change of angle from here to here. That's fine. We'll take a reading with our deviation map, see what we've got. So at 0.6 we're fine, and there's no need really to look much further than that. So I think my next move is to put on the zebra shader and have a look at the highlights, and I think they're absolutely spot on, aren't they? The only problem that I can see, and if you look, see if you can see it as well, that is that possibly just down in this corner we need to move those two CVs. So let's have a little look at that. And the best way to do that really is to go to the Y sections and put on the comb. If you want to adjust the comb, you just double click Now I've put the wire sections on here in the cross-section editor, and I can just double click there and I can crank up the height of them just very slightly there. What I'm looking for is what's happening in this corner. It's quite clear, isn't it? But as we get here, it flattens out. So let's rectify that now. And you see, that's all it is. It's just one CV, and it's a question of being able to read what the combs are telling you and what the zebras are telling you. So these tools, these evaluation tools, they are just like speaking a second, third and fourth language. You know, they're telling you everything you need to know about your model. So I'm pretty happy with that at the moment. So we do the rear screen. I'm not going to show you everything about the rear screen because a lot of it's repetitive, but what I will show you is the method. Put a degree 3 curve there on the center of this surface, and then use a project tangent tool and set it to, make sure it's set to curvature. Works. And then go into F6, and you see we've got a free floating CV. So what we do is we'll grab that with XYZ, and I'll just bring that into the ballpark. Let's have a look at it. It looks pretty Ghidorah. We now need, I think, to slide this CV. Take the monorail tool, let's use this one, and we're going to set it to 1 and 1, natural closest, and explicit control we'll have on degree 3 by degree 3. Okay, so pick those two, and that gives us a beautiful surface. And how does it stack up with the cross sections? Let's put some more cross sections on, so we've got more to go on. Okay, you can see that we are very close here with our cross sections, and we're away in the center. So I'm going to stop recording, just model it in, and then come back to you. I've just changed this degree to 5 degree, but of course I could have done that when I built the rail surface. So actually I would suggest, I'd advise, that's a better way to do it. Here I have curvature now, and I'm fitting the mesh, which we'll check, and here we need to put in a blend. So just a question of how you go about building a surface, whether you need to put in a blend or not. If you put in a blend, you have a lot of control over the flow of the highlights. So let's just check our contact with the mesh is fine. This is at set to 1 millimeter, and what we'll do now is we'll look at it with the highlights on, and as you can see, everything flowing very, very smoothly. So there you are. I've tried to show you several different techniques, and I hope that you found that useful and interesting. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my video.